Welcome everyone to another King Reflections episode. Today we have a special guest, a friend of mine that I've known for probably about 8 years. We don't keep in touch as often as we would like to, but he reached out to me and was like, hey, how can I learn how to be able to talk on stages and tell people how to improve in their lives, how to give them advice or give them help where they can reduce the suffering in their life. And I'm there going, well, where better to start than on a podcast? So feel free to hop onto mine. So he's decided to come in. I just finished it with him then. It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. He does touch on a lot of things. And it's so good to see someone actually, in a sense, wake up and go, hang on, I have the power to change where the direction of my life is going. I have the power to change paths. And it's just so relieving or refreshing when people do eventually realize that they have the control, they have the power, they have the ability to do this. And you'll hear in his videos in the episode saying that it's hard. It's hard to do this work. It is hard to improve and change your life for the better. It's hard to face your demons. It's hard to face yourself and kill off the ego or the pride, and to really humble yourself and say, you know what? I am the problem. I am the one that's doing this to myself. I've only got myself to blame, and I've allowed these things to happen, but I can make a change that will make it for the better and that will turn my life around to at least reduce the suffering as much as possible, so that then I can then pass this information and this education and this experiences onto other people, and hopefully they will take it on and reduce their suffering in their lives. So without further ado, hope you enjoy this episode as much as I did, and there is some laughs in there and some serious stuff, some good eggs, some good diamonds, some good seeds, as you'll hear in the episode, that you can take on board and apply it to your life. So hope you enjoy this one. King up. All right, so this is Michael. He's been a friend of mine for probably about 8 years now. We don't excessively keep in touch with each other. We just see each other mostly on Facebook and Instagram, and we just follow each other on there. But we do every now and then interact with each other, say hi, what's going on, everything like that.
Hey, what's going on? Everything like that.
But first, in 90 seconds, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, or who you are in 90 seconds. Go.
You know my name. It's an average name, but I love it. As a person, what am I? Loving, caring, kind. Just like anybody else, I guess. But I'm here on this podcast to shed a bit of light and touch a few souls if I can. And talk a bit about my story and how I got to where I am now. That's it.
Cool.
That's what I'm here for.
So Michael actually reached out to me and said that he wanted to know how he could express and tell his story in a sense, or educate other people of the lessons that he's learned, and he wants to pass on that life lessons in a sense. And I said, well, one way to start is probably get on a podcast and then go from there.
Yep.
Only grow from there, and hopefully eventually see you on a stage.
Hell yeah.
Telling people you're the problem, but you're also the solution, all right?
Sorry to say it, but it's true. So it's up to you. But
so I thought, you know what a great way to start it, because I want to hear exactly what he wants to say, what he has to say. So I'm gonna, if you want, start wherever you want.
Dive in.
Yep, dive in. What is the one thing that's burning that you really want to say to someone, or that you really want to help them with? What's the first thing that's coming to your mind?
The dark place you're in now, on the other side of that can be fire that's going to unite, make you blow up, make you have self-confidence, self-worth, self-love, to realise goals are achievable. If you can think it, you can try it. Ain't no stopping you if you really want it. If you can't hold a mic up, learn to do it. Just look, unfortunately, most of the time in hard times is the times you're going to have the opportunity to grow. unfortunately, that's how it works. When you're at your bottom, is how you build from there, which creates you as a person and where you learn your lessons. I wish that you could be in a happy place and learn more lessons and be great from the beginning, but unfortunately, it doesn't most of the time work that way.
Yeah.
And I've probably been through a few heartbreaks in my time, a few downers. This is probably the first time, the last one, where I've changed my outlook, my perspective on how I want to thrive, the person I want to be. And for the first time, I've dove in and done the inner work that I've needed. Not that I'm done, because healing never stops, but
Amen.
I've dove in and I've realised what my current triggers are, why my current triggers exist, where did they originally come from. I've thought of those steps, and then I've also went from those steps and felt the pain from those feelings.
Yeah.
And by doing that, it's helped me release a lot of things from the past that I wish that I did a long time ago. But you know what, in the way I see it is everything's divine timing, plans, and this has happened for me when I feel like it was supposed to happen, when I'm ready for it.
Yeah. How old are you?
32.
32. And I've found that usually around the 30s is when there's a lot of wake-up calls, a lot of epiphanies or revelations that you have, and you're there going, oh, I wish I knew this back in my 20s.
I wish I did, but you know,
as you said,
dumb fun.
yeah,
exactly.
And I think that one thing I find is, especially in your 20s, is the fear of missing out. You know, you're always trying to, especially with relationships, you try and grasp them and you want to hold on to them, so you're giving them your all. And you struggle to really reflect and go, hang on, what's something that I might be doing that's making it worse or whatever? Yeah. Is that what sort of came to revelation with you?
So I've realised that one of my biggest things were giving everything that I had too much too soon.
People pleaser?
People pleaser for sure.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so that, a lot of, again, inner work, learning my boundaries, learning my worth is what stabilises that.
Yeah.
But yes, giving everything, and to other people it can be overwhelming as well, too much for them, and you can't judge people for that. That's, people are learning and dealing with things their own way. And so as much as it sucks, you can't control how other people view or see things, but you can control how you do it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, right? The pain is real. It does hurt. I'm not saying that you're just going to be like, oh, I'm all good now. No, it's hard. It's really hard. And if you allow yourself to feel it, get to it, it's all good. And so I think what I'm learning is that I can set a balance in myself, and one thing that is a big deal for me is realizing to build my foundation. My solid foundation on what I'm still working on is getting built out of cast iron. Right? So when things are hard in life, I've still got a solid foundation of knowing who I am, that I can fall back on, that it can't be stripped away. Now, if you rely on other people to make you completely happy and to fill your ego deaths are good. Going through an ego death is massive benefit that you can do for yourself. To get rid of the jealousy and wanting to be like somebody else, be you, be who you are, because that's exactly what's going to make you happy. And I've just been working. I spent probably a good month and a half not just grieving my last relationship, but also grieving all the pain as much as I could from previous ones, from past triggers, all those things. And I've got, over this course of time, I've experienced a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding of anxiety, a lot of understanding of depression, of suicidal thoughts, in the way that at some couple of times I have sort of went down that road a little bit. Not just to the point you do grieve hurting other people in that process. It's not something you want to do. You don't just think I want to self-harm and then leave everybody to suffer.
Yeah.
You feel that pain, it hurts.
Yeah.
And like, even through the times of healing, it's become so overwhelming that I don't even know where else to go. And you know what? More than likely in these times is where you do find God, where you do find spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're looking for your ancestors for support, your spiritual guides for support, they got you. And I know it's hard. This is how I see it. And whoever wants to see it the way I see it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, before this time,
Mm-hmm.
I was not so open to all this stuff. I was very closed off, mostly to this stuff. I always thought, there's probably a higher power out there. But now I know. I couldn't tell you exactly how I know, but signs have been there, feelings have been there, support has been there.
Yeah.
Where things are, even though I spent a lot of time in hermit mode, a lot of time by myself, going through countless tower moments of breaking down, it's just, I never felt exactly alone in that time.
So what do you believe now? What's the revelation that's come to you about that? Like when you're saying the spiritual power or a higher power, what's the epiphany? Or
well, if I look at a higher power, as in some people might say God, some people might call it something else.
Yeah.
There is divine guidance. To me, divine guidance. I'm not here to put my beliefs onto other people. That's not my goal. This is something that's helped me. But I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I just feel like there's been something there for me, and it has helped me. It went from, my mind has opened up, let's say that.
Yeah, okay.
So instead of seeing things black and white, this is how that is, that's how that is, the government's over there, this is over there. No, to me there's levels and levels and layers.
Yes.
And I could start talking crap about the Matrix if you want, or what I believe about that stuff. You know, the tree that's branching out, we all are in it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you can talk about our world, where we are, the 3D world.
Yeah.
But then you can talk about the 5D.
Yeah.
What's happening in the spiritual world. There's a lot to it. I've got a lot to say about that stuff. But I think if I was going to start to reach people and talk to people and help guide people into a way that's going to benefit them, it would start off at a smaller level. And let those epiphanies or those revelations occur for them naturally, and not forced upon them.
100%.
And that's what I'm here, because I feel like I'm called to do this, to help, to teach self-love, awareness, to bring out the best in people, to raise people from a low vibrational level to a higher level, and to get them to start moving on the right path that they should be living in their life and what they can be living in their life. And public speaking is a thing I definitely want to do.
Good.
I want to hit schools. Schools are a massive thing that I want to hit, 100%. I'm teaching my daughter. I've started to. Last time I seen her when she was on holidays. I started teaching her about self-love.
Good.
Right? Because if I can get that there now, when she's older, she won't crumble when things get hard so 100%. Easily. And she'll have a better foundation.
Yes.
And I feel like there's so much more room for growing in this field. And I don't think it's for certain people have got life experience, certain people can relate to people, and you know, I feel like I can do that. That's what I'm really hoping to get.
How old's your daughter?
9.
Yeah. And
imagine if I forgot.
What was that?
Imagine if I forgot.
I think that's the one thing that I feel most important about parenting is we are supposed to know as much as we can how to manage and regulate our emotions, and a lot of parents I find even struggle still to do that. So it's good that you are teaching what you're learning to your children, because like you said, you've got to instill it into them now so that they can help regulate their emotions and then hopefully pass that on.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the whole goal, obviously, is to continually pass on through generations. And you don't want them to suffer as much as you've suffered.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying I'm innocent in all of this. Like, I'm a saint. Everything I've been through, I have made mistakes.
Yeah.
I have fucked up. I haven't paid attention to things that I needed to pay attention to.
Yeah.
I haven't carried myself the way I should carry myself. I'm well aware of my mistakes.
Yeah.
And I have been through the process and are still going through the process of grieving those mistakes for myself and letting it go because they were holding me back. My own things that I was doing wrong. And I cannot sit there and blame everybody else in my life. Other people might have made mistakes around me and done the wrong things, but so have I. I have done it too. And that is a massive step, I think, on to heal and to grow forward with realising that accountability for your own mistakes is how you're going to grow as well. And definitely, like I said, the biggest part I've realised is to try and create a space between my head and my heart. So I can think about what it is. I can push it down to how I feel about it. I can acknowledge it. And then I can get past it.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. And that is it's okay. It's okay to miss people. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to be angry. Those feelings are there for a reason. Don't dismiss them.
Yes.
Acknowledge them. Please acknowledge how you feel, because that's how you get through it. And then most of the time, hopefully you're more happy than sad, or more happy than angry. But remember, you're never going to be happy if you're always happy. You gotta go through your emotions to realise what happiness is. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. You'd just be plateauing through life.
Yeah. So I want to go back to the ego death concept.
Okay.
Where did you learn or hear about this concept of ego? I've never actually heard the term of ego death before. So
ego death is.
I know what it is. I know what it is. But you feel free to explain what it is. But I've never heard the term. So I want to know. I want to hear where you heard the term.
Yep.
And how they've explained it to you, or how you've learnt it.
So I figured out that my ego needed to die on myself.
Yeah. Okay.
That it was one of the main things that had caused me pain.
Yeah.
For example, somebody from your past is going out with somebody new.
Yeah.
Causes you pain.
Yeah.
Does it mean you want that person? A lot of times it's just jealousy. You can't have what, you want what you can't have.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's one example that you can use for one. Yeah. There's many of them.
Yeah.
Wanting a new car because somebody else has got a new car. Get a car because you want a car. Not because they do. Anyway, I realised that ego was causing me more pain than what it's worth, and I don't want to feel that pain, but I had to. Yeah. So this is one of the things I was talking about, where I was earlier. Yeah. Before you were there. Yeah. That I was doing things for myself and healing in the way that somehow subconsciously I knew that I had to do, and I was ready to put in that power, that fight for it. And then later on I started looking up more stuff, and I started watching more videos on it all, and that's when I come across the term ego death. Yeah, okay. It's used in mostly spiritual contexts that use it. Yep. It's a part of your awakening. It's a part of growing. There's more to it. It's called the dark night of the soul. It's the whole process. Yeah, okay. It's a big process of grieving and healing and growing. And like, when I say pain about this, I mean pain. I mean that I spent times by myself because I knew I had to heal myself. I felt my heart shatter, crippled, crying, fetal position, hugging myself. Yeah. The shit's real. Yeah. It is freaking painful, and if I filmed it, you'd probably cry because it's a horrible experience. 100%. But I welcomed it. Yes. I fucking welcomed it, because that is how I'm going to get better. And so when people say they want to heal, and I got no time for people that tell me they heal. It's been 2 days and they feel good. Yeah. Yeah. It's when you're ready to work on yourself, come talk to me. I'll help you.
You can tell that to the camera and tell them.
I'll help you when you're ready, but not after 2 days of work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist. It doesn't work. There's way too much stuff to do, and there's so many different ways to do it, and each way's going to adapt to you differently.
Yeah.
You find your way and your path and what you believe in and what your goals are, because you could want to be a monster truck driver, and that could be your best path on life that you could do, because that's what you want. Other people want to be millionaires. Other people don't give a crap about money. Materialistically, I want to be comfortable, but other than that, I don't really give too much of a crap about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I keep going from one topic to another, but
That's okay.
The healing process is important, and it is difficult, and you'll know when you're ready to do it. You'll know when it's time to take that step. You've had, let's jump 2 cycles. All right, karmic cycles, they suck. It's the same thing repeating over and over, because you're not letting go of crap, so you're repeating the same bad relationships, the same bad friendships, the same problems with the same family members, the same bad job experiences. You might as well get out the wrong side of the bed every day.
Yeah.
Over and over. And put thumbtacks there too, so you can step on them and cripple yourself, because that's what's happening.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing to ourselves. We're laying the thumbtacks on the floor going,
Yep. This is going to be a good day.
Yeah. Instead of cleaning them up,
Yes.
putting them in a box and putting them in a drawer.
So the way I see it is, when you've had enough,
Yes. I was going to say that.
you'll clean that thumbtacks up.
Yeah.
And you're ready to take charge of your life and find your power on what exists inside of you.
Yeah.
Because it's there. And by power, I don't mean rich and famous.
Yeah.
I don't mean a politician.
Yeah.
I mean your own power.
Yeah.
Who you are, who you want to be. And look, I've said this in my TikToks. If you need to,
I need to look at his TikToks because I haven't. He comes in today and he's just like, "Have you looked at my TikToks?" I'm like, "I didn't even know you had TikTok."
Spot.
Yeah. I don't use it that much, so I'm just like, now I have to get on it and just actually watch it all. Okay, how many have you released so videos?
Only like 6.
Oh, that's good. Because if you had like 50, I'd be like,
One day there'll be hundreds.
Yeah.
But one of the things I say in it is, if you need to, get up every morning.
Yeah.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And tell yourself your own value. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Tell yourself what you are. You don't have to say, hey, I want to be I don't know why I keep using monster truck driver. I wish I had something else.
Yeah.
But say, if
that's
you're
actually my hidden secret desire.
Fuck, I didn't know that. Yeah. Me too. Positive affirmations.
Yeah.
So you can say, I want to be a monster truck driver, or you can say, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Identity.
I am enough. I am important. I am abundant. I am happy. I am good looking enough. I do feel good enough. I am strong enough. Tell yourself every day in the morning, while you get up in the morning, make your coffee.
Yeah.
Can you spare 30 seconds to give yourself some validation?
Yeah, or encouragement. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need it from other people. It's nice, don't get me wrong.
Amen.
If someone compliments how I look or how I dress, thank you.
You look great.
Cheers. You too.
Thank you.
But the difference is, I'm not relying on that.
Exactly.
And that will kill your relationships with your friends, with your family, and with your partners.
Amen.
That death trap.
Yeah.
Straight up death. And I've experienced it.
Yeah.
Again, so I know that it's a death trap. Please listen. Please.
I think we all experience that as well. We solely start thinking our existence is dependent or valid by other people's opinions.
Yes.
Or other people's standards or whatever. And it's just like, I even read recently something that's like, we value, actually it was Courage is Calling by Ryan Holiday, and it was one section, and in it said, we value other people's opinions of us more than we value our own opinions.
Yeah, because it's all about how we look to the outside.
Yeah, because we were seeking our worth through their eyes, when really it's... We can define our own worth to a degree.
Yes.
My thing is always, from a Christian background, is all of us are worthy, or else we wouldn't even be in existence.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yep.
We're obviously, God's made us here, so He's obviously thinks that we're worth something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So why are we trying to define each other's worth when it's really, hang on, we don't even have that, in a sense, privileged to do that because God's already done that for us, if that makes sense.
We already have our worth.
Exactly. It's already there.
We're the sperm that won.
Yeah. Exactly. Out of the 1 trillion.
we were there. I was fast. Like,
We won. I won.
Did it. So one of the things I wanted to touch base with, and something I don't like, is in society, people base other people's worth of different things. Money, job description, and relationships. Right? Someone's single, what's wrong with you? Why are you single?
I'm not single. A PlayStation, man. It's my wife.
And it makes me happy. It needs to be more normal for people to understand that people have a right to be by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And just because they are doesn't mean they're not happy at that point in time.
Yeah, amen.
And I will say this, if it takes me 10 years from now to find the right person for me, I'm going to wait 10 years.
Yeah.
Because if they're not the right person, it's not going to be good for me anyway.
And them.
So,
or anyone really, because no one wants to go. How many times have you had a friend go through a bad relationship and then you're stressed out about it?
Oh yeah, so, I feel sorry for some of my friends. The great support, love yous, but sorry. The crap that they've had to see and deal with and listen to the point where I'm like, I've got to stop dumping my crap onto them.
Yeah.
Which is another topic altogether.
Yes, it is.
You do have support networks and it's good to have them, but if you have yourself, you're not alone, you have yourself. Mm-hmm. Remember, you got a lot of support for yourself. And I wish I did learn that a bit earlier so I didn't dump so much crap on my friends over all the years.
Yeah.
Appreciative, either way.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're in a job you're happy, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Yep.
If you earn $45,000 a year and you're happy, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And that's a part of ego deaths. I wish more and more people could have ego deaths and stop living on that surface level, because it's a small, minute part of your life and everything is so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
And happiness is so much greater than that. And to hold other people's worth or value from things like that definitely puts a restriction on society and probably slows down our growth as a collective, to grow, to heal, to be more positive and uplifting in life and move forward. Like, evolution doesn't have to stop. We don't just have to build houses and be like, all right, like, why can't evolution be us? We grow, we learn. So we can continue to keep doing that. We don't need to be so negative to other people all the time.
100%.
You really don't. And you know what? Going through an ego death, good luck being mostly negative to me, because it's probably just going to wash right off me back now anyway. You comment weird stuff on my TikToks, you just blocked or remove the comment. I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to reach people that want to be helped, that want to listen, that want to talk. And I can go through steps and I can go through phases and I can tell you exactly what it's going to feel like, but I can tell you that it gets better.
Yeah, 100%. And it's worth it.
And it's worth it. 100%. It is so much worth it to get up in the morning and to be happier, sit in the sun. Meditation, please find it.
Yeah.
To sit with your own thoughts. And I used to think of meditation, right, as this thing, you just sit there, like Yoda from Star Wars, like this.
Yeah. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, empty your mind.
But you can start to peel back the layers of yourself, and you can start discovering things and finding things out, making sense of things. And through that process, you can acknowledge how those things make you feel.
Yeah.
And if you are feeling overwhelmed about a decision, and between two jobs, between people, I would like to say two people in relationships, not really. If they're the one for you, there won't be a decision. You'll be like, this one.
Yeah.
But it's just a powerful tool of meditation. It really is. And one of the things I described the other day to somebody is my chain of thoughts, how I used to be with my anxiety. And I'd like to point out I've stopped taking my medication for anxiety.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yep. Haven't had it. I get a little bit shaky. Energy drinks. And I know I probably shouldn't do it, but you know, I just went through a lot. So I'm gonna keep doing that for now.
It's a lot of people think it's a cold turkey thing and that you can just flip your switch, flip your mind. In a sense, you can, to a degree, flip your mind, but your body still remembers traumas in a sense. So you might be thinking, oh yeah, I'm on the right track, but your body still might take the lead and you're not even knowing it, and it would then affect your mind. So you're like, oh, I'm nervous. You know what? Energy drinks calm me down. Yeah. By all means, take the energy drink until you've learned that eventually you'll wean off it, just like you do with every other. I mean, getting off drugs, have you had withdrawal symptoms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the body just relies on it.
Well, I was only on their anxiety medication for 7 weeks.
Yeah, wow.
But I realised through meditation and through this inner work that I've been doing, it's calmed me down. And now, honestly, I could say 8 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, it's a vibrational level on how I felt about myself and where I was feeling. And I was under my foot, squashing myself. That's how I felt.
Okay.
Now, not a chance. Not a chance. I know my worth now.
Yeah.
And, you know, not everybody's cup of tea, but it's not my problem to be everybody's cup of tea.
It's not your problem at all.
I don't have the energy to waste on that stuff.
Yeah.
But through that process, through this stuff, and still now, I still talk to myself in the mirror. 100% I do.
Yeah.
I still talk every night. I give myself positive affirmations every single night. I still meditate every single day. I can meditate while sitting at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Just go off.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And I find that seems to be happening more and more without realising that I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be like somewhere sitting and then all of a sudden I'm off and it's happening. It's amazing, actually. It's really nice. But I got a long way to go, and I'm always going to continue to heal, and I'm always going to continue to try and do my best to bring myself up. And that there are still going to be ups and downs in life, and that's life. And it sucks. Yeah. And I know that everybody's in different positions. I know some people are in a lot worse positions than I am. I know people have dealt with a lot worse than I have. And I acknowledge that. I respect that. That is hard. It's hard that you just went through that, and I feel for that. And the healing process is going to be harder for you. It is. You've got more stuff to heal from, more steps, more... It's going to hurt. It really is. But the process and the steps are still there. They might need to be tweaked a little bit for each person individually, because, you know, even in the healthcare system, we have person-centered care. We have that for a reason. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. So stop trying to be like everybody fucking else. Yeah. That's a good point, right? Or
even stop thinking that your healing process needs to be like somebody else's.
Oh, no. Yours is different than mine.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's different to yours.
Yeah, like exactly,
It cannot be exactly the same, but...
Donuts.
Chocolate. Energy drinks. Too many energy drinks. Start before in the morning. As I meditate before I go to sleep, and that helps me go to sleep. Everybody says this on videos. Technology, turn your technology off. Your brain keeps... I know you're not going to turn your technology off.
You're probably watching this while you're falling asleep.
Yeah, I know you're not going to do it. But you can watch stuff that'll turn your light down. You know, watch some relaxing stuff. Watch some stuff about meditation. Watch some stuff about self-help. Watch things that are going to have a positive effect on you. And that'll be less stimulating for your brain. And at least you got something to... Look, I used to just put like soft music on, meditation music on.
I have to.
Yeah, otherwise, you know, I start meditating and then I'm working out my life. Yeah. 50 years from now. And I've realised that although your job matters and your doctor's appointment matters next week, Thursday, and you know you got a schedule to keep with things like that. But stop living your life on a time frame. It's not a time frame. It helps us get to work and leave work and stuff like that. Yeah. But I would say follow it like a compass. Yeah. North, where you going? Also, your destination is your journey. Enjoy your journey.
Amen.
And I can say that, and I'm not saying I'm exactly there, but I'm working. It's a work in progress to get to there.
Yeah.
Because I want to look at stuff and feel stuff and see stuff. I don't want to keep thinking about one day when I'm going to be a millionaire.
Oh, 100%, hey. 100%.
Really, honestly, that's so far away.
Yeah.
What am I going to enjoy it till then?
Yeah.
My life's boring until I reach my goals.
Yeah.
No, your goal is you got up today.
You already are a millionaire to a degree because some people won't get up today.
And no, and bad because that ended with me smiling, but no, some people aren't going to get up today.
Yeah.
And some people have disabilities, and some people are finding bad news out today, and somebody just lost somebody they cared about today. And
those people sometimes have more joy than what we do.
And yeah, which has made me feel sad about myself in the past. For sure. When I've seen people, like I'm a support worker, and when I see people that are struggling and that they can be more happy than how I'm carrying myself, really, man. But that's also part of getting the ego death. That's not about that. Yeah. Again, even if somebody is... and again, I don't want to get this off wrong. Nobody's better than anybody else. Yeah. But even if you are at that space in time where you believe somebody is below you and somebody is above you, it can still affect you both ways. Yeah. It's not just like, I wish to be like them. Yeah. Because they're rich. It's like, I wish I could just be as happy as them with so little, if that makes sense. Yeah. But again, once you can get past that crap, stop holding yourself accountable at the same level. Like, we're all here. We all started off in a womb. Yeah. I think there's a lot of science now. Yeah, we open it in a incubator womb. An incubator. We all started where we are. Yeah. And look, we all can't be doctors. We all can't be lawyers. The world wouldn't run smoothly. It'd be boring as fuck. Come on, like, I watch footy. That's good. I like watching footy, but I'm never going to play footy. Look at me. It's not going to happen. But I'm okay with that. Yeah. It's not what I want to do. Yeah, it's not your thing that's going to fulfill you in the future. No, not at all, man. Not at all. But there's so much more progress to have. And whatever path you're going down, you can keep enjoying every moment of that journey as best as you can. I know the crap's going to pop up. Shit's going to happen. But that's all right, because once you build yourself a solid foundation, you can keep working it. Yeah. And you instead of going, best way to describe it, instead of going 10 steps backwards, once you've got a solid foundation, so say 0 to 10, instead of going back to 0 and working your way back up again, because you've got a solid foundation, it might not only knock you down to 8. So it's affected you a little bit, but you can get your way back up easier instead of crumbling down. But if you haven't gone through all this stuff, I'm sorry, you're starting at 0. Yeah, 100%. You're at the bottom and you've got to go through it. But, you know, there are people out there that are like us, so we're more than happy to reach out and help or be open to that. And probably get more and more available in the future, hopefully, to help this. I mean, it's on the other day. I heard it on the radio. That people are learning a hugging course. So people...
I can understand, because some people can't hug.
No, but people pay $2,000 a night to go to like a hotel with this person who is trying to just hug you, just to support you. That's it. And they get trained to do this job. And so they learned the different ways to be touched, how to hug people, so it's not awkward, make them feel comfortable. Yeah. These people are helping people heal and they don't even know. But my point is, that's crazy, right?
$2,000.
If I'm exaggerating.
But still, people would pay a lot of money to get some, in a sense, emotional support through touch, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
So my point is that if there's a market for hugging out there, there's a market for healing.
Yeah, of course, yeah, 100%.
And not just healing, teaching.
Yeah.
And the way I would call it is a light worker, a healer.
Yeah.
It's somebody that can bring positive energy and vibes into your life, and also by making you more aware of things that go on and what happen. And look, I'm well aware that not everybody's going to accept this. Not everybody's going to understand this. They can keep swiping.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Go watch something else.
Yeah.
It's cool. Because I can't help you yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said before, it's when we get to a stage of, you know what, I'm tired of what I am, the behavior that I'm continually using, or habits that we're going through, and it's like you get fed up with the tax on the floor, so to speak.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, all right, I don't know how to get rid of the tax myself. Sometimes we do. But that's when we do go search for this stuff and go, yep, you know what, I think that person. And then you watch different things. Like, there's so many, in a sense, psychiatrists or even self-help people, healers, like light work, as you say, out there that you'll find one that you sort of attuned to, or something that you sort of ring and you go, oh yeah, that's
yeah, I
gel with that, I understand that sort of thing.
And to me, that is a positive sign that it is your time to take that step.
Yeah.
And that's great. In the process of whatever your beliefs are, whatever you change, don't care what other people think about that. How you believe and what you see is for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And that can impact your healing process.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that. Like, it's hard to say, like, look, some of the beliefs that I have, some of the things I'm saying, and a lot of people are not going to agree with it. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's not my spot.
Yeah.
My goal is, and also too, you can't force people to have epiphanies, but you can sort of give them the insight to sort of lead to that.
Oh, even just the seed of it.
Yeah.
You've implanted it enough.
We could talk about seeds. You're spreading them every day. Like, not those seeds.
That's still the same sort of concept, because there's a lot of information in those seeds.
Yes, because you could talk to someone 3 years ago that worked for a company, and you had a conversation about an idea with him. You don't even realise you've planted a seed.
100%.
4 years later, he comes to you and offers you a job. That's an example of it. You've spoken to somebody random on the street one day, and then you bump into him again at a party. You've planted a seed before that. Seeds are getting planted every day.
Yeah.
That's why it is important to try and be your authentic self, be who you are, because when you're dropping those seeds, you're planting those seeds, they lead to so much more abundance without you even realizing. Like, emotional abundance, financial abundance, whatever it is going to fulfill you. But you're doing those daily with everybody you interact with. And I'm not saying walk around on a tightrope. Oh, what do I say to people? Just be who you are. That's it.
100%.
And you can't say the right things all the time. Sure as hell I haven't. Not a chance if I've said some terrible things at the wrong times and done the wrong actions, and I can say in that time, in that space, I had anxiety or I was depressed and I wasn't carrying myself. So that makes it okay on my actions. No, it doesn't. I still did those things. And like I said, I had to wear those. I'm not making excuses for myself. Not that I extremely went out there and being the worst person in the world, not a chance, but I've still hurt people. We
all do. I
love to keep saying this: hurt people. You're not ready for that relationship, don't take that step, because you're going to hurt somebody.
100%.
Please, because it's better for everybody. Do your healing work, love yourself, build your foundation. You're never going to be 100% perfect. It's not going to happen, because, like I said, it's ups and downs. But just if you're looking for somebody in your life just because you feel lonely, because society says as well that you're by yourself, you're a loser, you're gonna hurt people. It's better to say it. I've got a lot of topics on this. Narcissists, I'll call you out on that. You're perfect at that. Thanks for the pain that you cause people.
I think with the topic of narcissists is one thing I've realized is we are all, in a sense, narcissistic to a degree.
Oh yeah,
because that's where ego if you feed the ego so much, it turns into narcissism.
Yeah.
And then even with some things we can be like, we can say, I'm not a narcissist, but then have so much high expectations and standards on people and then frown upon them and shame them for it. And it's just like, hang on, that is narcissism straight away. Like, and you don't even realize it though. You don't, until someone actually points it out and you're there going, oh my gosh. I've been the narcissist the whole time.
We've all got toxic traits.
Exactly.
But so if you can look at yourself, become aware of them, you can work on that.
Yes.
If you're in your ego, you won't look at yourself, you won't work on it, you'll continue to hurt people. But unfortunately, I want to make this clear, this shit will catch up.
Yeah.
One day at some point, it's going to catch up and it's going to suck because it's just how the world works. But in the topic of narcissists, one thing I'd like to point out are those people are hurt.
Yeah, they need the most compassion.
And it is a diagnosable thing.
Yeah.
They have no worth at the bottom.
Yeah.
And they have so many masks covering who they are.
Yeah.
And, the only way is to cripple their ego to ever see who they really are. And to do that to somebody is pretty hard work, to be honest. And but they'll probably do it to themselves at some point. Mm-hmm. But if you are that kind of person that does have 45,000 masks and you want everybody to see you differently and you hide who you are and you continuously going around hurting people, hurting people's not okay. Mm-hmm. But you can get help yourself. You can work on it yourself. And definitely yourself as somebody in that position who's always relied on other people, probably the strongest way to deal with it would be to work on yourself. There are programs out there, there are people out there designed to help in that situation. You don't have to keep hurting people. But the benefit of the world doing these things is it does teach people lessons on how to better themselves and how to love themselves. By going through toxic things is where you learn to value your worth. Yeah. And if you don't, again, repetitive cycles until you're not going to be able to deal with that shit no more, and you're going to have no choice to work on yourself.
100%, hey. All right, let's go. Actually, I do want to bring up, because I wanted to go back on the topic of seeds.
Okay.
And I would say one I can, like, in a sense, go back to when something did actually project my life into thinking, okay, this is my choice. I'm making a part. I'm playing the major role in this. And it was when my music teacher, I was going through a friendship debacle, I would say, is it best way to say it. Just a rift where I thought, in my sense, I made it so dramatic, I thought I was going to lose the friendship because I knew I was being, in a sense, toxic and overbearing, and because I was a people pleaser. So I would be giving too much out of my own, in a sense, insecurity. I'll be like, okay, I'm losing the friendship, I have to give, have to, try my best to please the person, but again, that person would obviously not appreciate of it because I was just too much. And my teacher said to me one time, as I was walking out of the room because the bell had gone and everyone else had gone, and I was packing my bags, and she's just like, she could tell I was frustrated. She's like, why? I can't remember the exact word for word, but she said, why are you giving someone so much, in a sense, power and control over your happiness or over your life, in a sense? Where was that seed, or can you pinpoint to a degree, or maybe that might have been an accumulation of seeds put on top? Can you remember a early time where you didn't take it as seriously, but you think back and go, that was a seed moment in your life?
They definitely come. A lot of them do come from your childhood. Again, look, there's a stigma on it, like, especially with a lot of people in therapy, and it always goes back to your childhood. Well, think of it this way. That's where your life began.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Of course, it's going to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's like, most shark attacks happen in shallow water. That's because where all the people swim.
Yeah.
They don't swim in the deep water.
Yeah.
So I reckon a lot of seeds, probably less you in planting seeds at that age, but more you getting seeds put into you.
Yes.
Who shape you, grow you, see how you see your parents interact with one another, how giving people are around you. You do definitely probably take on a trait of one of your parents more than the other. And then you, unfortunately, a lot of times the other parent is somewhat what you end up with a lot of the times. And again, a while ago I would have said this is bullshit, but not anymore. I've seen it. I know. But also in a good way, you're drawn to the good in those people as well. Yeah. It's not all just negative stuff.
No.
But I can name a good seed right now. Meeting you 8 years ago at the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Fit and fast, Shell Harbour. Not fit and fast anymore.
No, something else.
And we met through...
No free promotions.
Yeah. We met through someone else too. It was...
Yes.
Was it Hayden?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to him when he watches this.
Yeah.
But that was a seed.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the small little contacts in between. For random things that have just popped up for no reason. To me, that's how it's meant to be. That's the plan. That's my path. That's divine timing. Everything is like that to me. I'm not opposing that on anybody else. That's just how I feel. So I feel like where I'm sitting, what I'm doing right now is what I'm meant to be doing. This is my fulfillment. This is my happiness. And this is where my vibrational energy is at its peak, is during this moment. It's full of dopamine and endorphins.
Oxytocin.
And anything good. Mixed with the energy drink I got, I'm up there.
Caffeine hit to the max.
Gives me guns. But, so, seeds are going back well further than what you think they could be. And I'd like to... How many times you heard stories, right, that people are 50 years old and they've divorced now, their relationship has ran their course, could have been peaceful, doesn't have to be horrible, things just run their course again. And then they run into somebody from high school. And then they get together. Just saying, man, seeds get planted 30, 40 years ahead, 60 years ahead of time. And there might have only been little contact in between them during those years. But look where it ends up. It would be nice, to meet somebody at 17 and stay together until you die and be happy with them every single day. That would be...
Lovely. The bliss.
Lovely. But...
not real.
A lot of the times, you're not going to grow as a person, are you?
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
Experience different things. You got to experience the shit to get to the good.
You stay stagnant in a sense. Yeah,
but when I say talk about planting seeds, there are a lot of positive things for planting seeds, but there are a lot of negative as well. You can be planting negative seeds. Again, dealing with people that you probably shouldn't be dealing with. People that are bad energy, toxic, whatever. Just not the best people to be around. Let's put a big umbrella there and say not the best people, and you can choose what you want to put under there. That's your choice, and you know it. Don't act like you don't know this. I don't want to hear that you don't know this, because you know it. But something's keeping you around those people. But you know. So whoever's listening, everybody's got these people in their life. So. And if you lie to yourself, go look in the mirror.
Just stop lying to yourself, please.
So those bad seeds can come back.
100%.
I'd like to call it karma. But you created that. What you put out is what you get. If you put out a bad shit's going to come back. You put out good shit's going to come. And when I say that, and people are going to think this, you say that and you're like, well, it's been 4 weeks since I did that last good deed. I haven't got nothing back yet. That's not how it works. It doesn't come back like that.
Have you been practicing that? Because that's pretty on point.
Close, bro. I can
the entitlement.
The entitlement's got to die for your ego. I can feel it on people. I can feel it. Stop. I can in the energy, in the air. I can feel it. Exactly what's happening. It's not. It doesn't work like that. It comes in ways you don't expect it to come.
In a sense, could you say then, is it really a good deed if you have an expectation of getting good in back in return? Is it really a good thing? Because a good thing to me would be like,
Selfless.
I'm doing this because for the greater good, not and for the good of the other person. I'm not doing it because to make me feel good. I know just it's the good thing to do, the honourable thing,
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I reckon probably the best ones of those that you can do is doing the right thing even though it's got a bad impact on you.
Yeah.
Right? So standing up and telling the truth about something, even though it's going to make you look shit in that moment, you're doing it even though it's got an impact.
Yeah.
Given you got $20 left in your account, you give somebody $10. Again, you're not going to receive $10 in 4 weeks.
Yeah, no.
Well, the idea is what a lot of people, they say, what you put out comes back tenfold, right?
Yeah.
But in different ways.
Yes.
But if you're focusing on negative stuff too much, you're not even going to notice all this.
Yeah.
You're going to miss it. Or if you just focused on your end goal again, you're focused on one thing that you want, and you're not realizing all these good things that are already in your life, the abundance that you already have, and you already have those means to be where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just realizing it. But yeah, I feel like naturally, if you're trying to put out good vibrations to people, it's a knowing that good vibrations are going to come back. It's not expecting.
Yeah.
It's just how the world works.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean, again, it's you're not going to win the lottery. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks, and you can't trick people. You can't be good for 2 weeks and expect happiness to come in.
Yeah, 100%.
It's got to be what you are, who you are.
Yeah.
And again, another umbrella term, unconditional love. That's got a lot of meaning to it. It's not just loving somebody.
Yeah.
It's just spreading that everywhere you go.
Mm.
And look, that's a fantasy land. I agree. The world is not like that, unfortunately. I get it. It's not going to be like that for everybody. How can it be? There's good versus evil, hot, cold, whatever you want to put.
Yeah, the binary opposite sort of thing.
Heaven, hell.
Yeah.
But that's what causes balance.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there won't be no happiness without sadness.
Hence why there's yin yang.
Yes. Yin yang is the best example for it. That's what I would have said. I thought of it before you.
Yeah.
The whole term twin flame.
Yeah.
Yin yang.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the story. Souls split in half to find each other. They trigger the hell out of each other. They separate. They get back together. That's one story of it. A lot of twin flames don't end up together. Their purpose is to heal each other, but you still have free will, and one person can choose to not want to heal.
Yeah.
And not want to go down that path.
100%.
But you still got soulmates and defined counterparts. And look, there's somebody for everybody. You will find that person.
PlayStation.
And your PlayStation object. And that will come. Don't chase it. Don't force it.
Yeah.
But attract it.
Yeah.
Attract what you want.
Yeah.
By being who you are.
Or who you want to be. Well,
yeah.
Along with the relationship concept is a lot of people, and I hear this all the time. And so I'm just, in a sense, regurgitating whatever everyone... You've probably already heard it as well, those who are watching. Instead of chasing the perfect person that will, in a sense, make you whole, why don't you just be the person? Because you are, in a sense, already whole. You don't need a second person to make you whole. Be the person that you will be, what you expect you will become when you have that person with you, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people think, I'm going to be so much happier, I'm going to be more fulfilled when I have a person in my life that I can share my life with. And it's like...
So you got to be unhappy till then?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And there's this concept of who I'm going to be, but once I get that, but it's just like, no, you can already achieve that if you start being that other half for yourself.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you want somebody to make you feel good about yourself.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Start with you.
Yeah.
You want somebody to tell you you're pretty? Tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You're stunner.
Yeah.
Look.
Damn.
But really do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? And look, if you're embarrassed, fair enough.
Yeah.
Shut your door, close your blinds, you'll be right.
Yeah.
I want to know. I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
You do it. But yes, definitely start with yourself. I think that people can reach better a different type of happiness with somebody else, and abundance with somebody else, but the groundwork still needs to be done. You still need to be able to do that for yourself. And would I have thought that I would be here, I would have these conversations, that I would see how I'm seen? Not at all. You know, I more feared what people would think. The belief that a lot of things, especially in past relationships for me, where I could have felt like I could have changed or done something differently to change the outcome. Most of the time, no. Things have got to happen for how they happen. And, you know, you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't have certain things. You wouldn't meet certain people. Stop being so hard on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. The topic is we're human, right?
Yeah.
We're human. Everyone...
I'm a dragon.
I like to think more like a Transformer. Yeah. I would say Optimus Prime, but he's pretty cool. I'd probably have to be like Bumblebee. Like, I'm more fun that way.
I agree. Yellow is a good colour on you.
Yeah. I reckon that's what if like my aura would be like yellow. For sure. And I'm
Light, sun.
And he's gangster anyway. So
100%.
But now I can look back and I can validate everything that mishaps in friendships, workplaces, relationships.
Yeah.
And I've probably got a lot more to go. Like I keep saying to people, if I'm one step ahead of somebody else and where they're at, plus I can help them get to the next step. Yeah. And also, this is something that I'm applying myself to. This is something that I have thought about a lot. This is something I've looked into a lot. And the crazy part is a lot of it I did just sort of happen to me before I knew what was happening. Even best way to describe it too, therapists need therapists.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, 100%.
Most therapists have therapists.
They do, yeah.
So don't be ashamed that you see a therapist, by the way. Everybody needs that outside help. And I respect that so fucking much. But it is your privacy. You can't keep it to yourself. You got no need to tell people about your stuff. Yeah. But I respect that. Yeah. And I'll openly admit that I've gone through all those steps and all those processes. But that means I fought. Yeah. I didn't lay down. I fought to get to a better place. Yep. And not everybody needs therapy. And other things help other people in different ways. Yeah. So this isn't a message going, everybody go get therapy. Don't. Do what you feel like you should do. But when you're stuck, you can always seek help from other people to a certain degree to get you to where you want to be. But I know, I try to look back and I think 20-year-old me would look at me and go, shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. I've got an apprenticeship, my life's sweet for me. Got me peas. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah, because the ego is like...
Oh, testosterone and ego.
Can you stop embarrassing us? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the testosterone override. Like,
look at my cool kickflip. But when you're 20, that's sick. When 100%. When I was 17, 15, 100%. I'm riding BMX bikes.
We're just distracted by status and exterior presence, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah. Which is part of what you're saying about the ego death and everything.
Yes. And I think that, again, I'm saying you don't live on a time frame, live on your compass. That's because some people might go through this at 24. Yeah. Some people might go through it at 44.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But also, if you're given opportunities to grow as a person, or given opportunities to heal, given opportunities of love, or given opportunities for work, and you knock them back, or you disrespect those opportunities, and you lose them, that's your fault.
Yeah, 100%.
But they will keep coming until you're ready to accept it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they'll still turn up in your life.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you could have had 10 years of
less suffering than what you've endured. Yeah, if you just paid attention and actually took heed of it.
Yeah, but a main thing that gets in the way, that is probably ego.
Yes, it always is. I found that it is.
Fuck, it's such a disgusting thing, man.
It is.
It's necessary in a little bit, but not much more than that. Like
it is.
A bit of ego helps things work in a good, positive way. It keeps modern medicine growing. People going, he just made that. I'm going to outdo him and make better than him and make more money. That's good. Those kind of egos are good there.
I mean, not to make money, but to help people, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, if they didn't get money, they probably wouldn't do it.
True.
So it would be like, you know.
It's a.
But that's the ego. The ego of that is good. That does help growing and moving forward.
And it's not so much competitiveness there. I mean, yes, you can add a little bit of competitiveness to obviously further your cause, 100%, because people do use, out of not realizing it, that their ego is, in a sense, pushing them to better the cause. But you don't. No, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, you don't have to destroy other people to do it.
Yeah, you don't need competitiveness. It's just that striving of, oh, you know what? There is a better way, and I'm going to try and find a better way because I think there is. Not thinking I am the one that can have the better way. It's just like, no, I think there is a better way, and I'm going to try and test it, but I'm not going to. And that's the other thing is, like, if I show other people, they're just going to be like, no, don't do that. It's just a waste of time and stupidity. So sometimes you do have to seclude and go back into your little shell and then be like, yeah, you know, actually this is working, and then show to the rest of the world and be like, look, it is working.
Yes.
Like, because, you know, other people are just going to shut that down. Yeah,
in a way that I think, like, say, if you wanted to be a track star.
A what?
A track star, say. Like,
what's
in sports.
Star?
Like, sports, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ego helps with that stuff in a way that it pushes you to be better.
Yeah.
But again, people could just want to be the best at what they do, and it's got nothing to do with ego. So
yeah.
But another thing that I'd like to say, like, everybody gets down and out, and everybody needs time for themselves. I call it hermit mode.
Yeah.
Stay. If you need that, you don't have to apologise for that.
100%. Don't even have to explain yourself.
No, go internal, stay internal, and you'll know when you're ready to come back out of it if you need that time for yourself. That's part of loving yourself and putting yourself first. And, you know, if there are people that are going to ask questions about those times in your life, tell them, I'm going through some shit. I just need some time alone. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
But I just need to work on myself at this point in time. And they're going to respect it or they're not, and, you know, then I guess you find out who should be in your life and who shouldn't.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, it's such a, even touching on that, being brought up in the church and being a people pleaser, even being, I guess, being brought up in any system, you could say the public school system. I hated disappointing authority figures. Hated it with a passion. Like, it would emotionally, in a sense, wreck me.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much shame around, like, if my teacher was disappointed in me, even if it wasn't like a big disappointment, like, I'll take that hard. If the pastor or someone, an older person in church, was disappointed in me for not reaching a certain standard or meeting an expectation, I took that hard. But then realizing, hang on, I don't need to... I'm a human. We're allowed to make mistakes, like you said before. We're allowed to not meet the mark, in the sense, because we're still on the learning journey. We're still growing, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that was a big one for me. Like you were just saying, you don't need to. You can go, hang on. I have permission to not meet those standards and come back into hermit mode.
Yep.
If I can't please you, that's okay. That's not on me. If you're being disappointed or affected by it, that's on you. If you're being so dramatic about it that you're shaming me in front of others, or even just shaming me, you know, privately, that's on you. Yeah. That's nothing to do with me at all. Like respect that I'm exhausted and I need time right now to heal. Yeah. And just be with myself. Yeah. And that is just another part of it that you're going to have to do several times in your life. It's not, you don't do it once and it's it. And I tell you what, people 100%. Pleasers, even though they might annoy you sometimes, people pleasers. Yeah, they do. I know myself. They have really good hearts. Yeah, 100%. Good intentions. Yeah. And they just haven't learnt that balance yet. Yeah. That's exactly right. What to do and not to give too much. Yeah. And so, like... It does affect them as well, you know what I mean? And we all do it. Like, it happens in society all the time. People pleasing in the workplace,
people pleasing with other people, or because they think people at a certain stature, you're a sucker. Look, the word teacher's pet's around for a reason.
Yeah.
It exists everywhere. Yeah. And look, I try to just be who I am to everybody.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you know, obviously certain figures you give a bit more respect to. Yeah. You know, but that's just the world.
Yeah.
But most people, you just treat them the same as you want. And you know what? If they don't treat you how you like to be treated, you don't have to associate with that person. You're not forced to.
That's exactly right.
And even if you are, just put minimal energy into it.
Yeah.
Minimum energy.
Yeah.
Hello, goodbye.
Yeah. Don't give them...
No, who cares if they like you?
Yeah.
Unless, like, you know, you got some need to have them there, but you really shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that like with a lot of workplaces? So you get along with workmates and you get along with some, you don't get along with some, like and you just have to tolerate, in a sense, them as best you can.
Yes. The best you can. Yeah. You can keep giving more, and you can keep putting more energy, and then especially if you are a people pleaser, if you're not pleasing somebody, you tend to give more.
Yeah.
And give.
Yeah.
And look, there's some strong-willed people out there that are like, most of their lives, they're like, I'm not giving you that. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
A lot of us haven't always been that way.
Yeah.
It has been hard to realise that it's not the right thing to give and give and give.
Yeah.
And you know, you do want to show who you are and what you can do, and then also too, by what you can give is what you hold your value on. So you think, if I can keep giving to this person or to this thing or whatever it is, that they're never going to leave my life because they can see what I'm worth because I give and give. No, that's not how it works.
No. In fact, they'll probably...
It destroys everything.
They will run away.
Yeah.
And they have in my life.
Or they'll hit you with a boomerang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, not coming back. No. I just meant they're using a weapon on you.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming, you know. Anyway.
It's true though. It's so true.
So if we're talking back to seeds, the only thing that I could say with that stuff is to just pay attention to what seeds you put out. And a lot of the best ones come naturally, because in the easiest conversations, the simplest moments where you're at ease is probably the best time to self-express. And the best part is you don't have to do much about that because that's just who you are. So unless you're not being who you are, then. Yeah,
exactly. If you're not being who you are, then.
On you. But I think that when you are planting seeds, again, like I said, that what you give out comes back. Like I said, some things might come back 10 years later. So again, just because you give out stuff doesn't mean something's going to come back 4 weeks later.
Yeah, no, you have to...
And it wouldn't be so bad if you enjoyed your journey more.
Yeah.
And look, I'd have people, and it has come up actually, one of my TikToks, I got feedback from somebody I knew about it and said, kind of annoyed me because you didn't do that. You didn't do what you said you did, and like what you need to do in your video. I know I didn't. That's called learning.
Yeah.
That's called growing.
Yeah.
And learning from my mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I've done. And
you have permission to acknowledge that and learn from that and realize that you were a hypocrite to a degree.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't need someone to a degree point that out. He knows. He clearly knows.
Didn't think that was going to go this way. But yeah, look, again, this is where I would say that I can see other people's point, just like you can see narcissists' point, the problems that are underneath. People have got ways of viewing things, and sometimes people see things and they'll be like, well, that makes no sense. Or you're a liar because blah, blah, blah. Even though it is like, well, you didn't understand, but they didn't understand. So you can bring clarity to those situations where people can understand and get the process of it. Just like our 10-year-old me would steal a chocolate bar from the shops.
Yeah.
32-year-old me ain't stealing no chocolate bar, am I? I can buy one.
Only stealing your hearts.
Smoking darts and breaking hearts. I don't smoke. Look, that's a good topic with the addictions. I just want to say this. I've never been on serious crap or anything like that, but yes, I smoke. I know it's not healthy. I know the impact that it has on my body.
Yeah.
I know it takes self-control. I have stopped a few times in my life. Life happens.
Yeah.
Started smoking again. Don't beat yourself up that you've gone back to something. Work your time, work through what you got to process. Focus on one thing at a time. If you got something going on in your life that is causing you pain, causing you struggle, focus on that. Don't be beating yourself up to the fact that you have started smoking again, because all that's going to do is hurt you more and put you in a low vibration level. Don't beat yourself up. You'll get to that other thing later. Work on that thing, the predominant thing that is affecting you, that is causing you pain. Focus more on that. And don't beat yourself up for other things, because it tends to like put you in a cycle of rotation that you keep. It's like surrounded by mirrors and walking into all of them. You're just like, oh shit. No, just focus on one big ass mirror at a time. Look at that. Fix that. Move on to the next thing. You can't fix 45 things at once. And again, you're only human.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought.
Addictions.
There's people you can go talk to about the depths of addiction, and to get help with that stuff, you're all well aware of that. I'm just saying, my point is, if you're working on one thing, focus on the thing that's causing the impact in your life, and then go from there and move on to things that are less important at that point in time. Focus on the most important thing. I just don't think that there's any need to be beating yourself up
100%
over things that have gone wrong. You know, you're irritated, you're driving, you get a parking ticket, the speeding fine, sorry, scratcher. And that happens on a horrible day. You're already having a bad day. You know, you lost your job, you're driving, and then, you know, you blow up. It's the final thing that makes you snap. You're allowed to snap. You're allowed to get that off your chest. Don't hate yourself. You can work through it, work on it, work on what you're doing. But there's so many steps, it's hard to fit it all into one podcast. I know, believe it, it's hard, right? But I can tell you that every step is essential. And then when you say healing work, you can watch videos on healing work if you want to know the full on what it is. It is a big thing. That's why I say, if you've done it in 2 days, you haven't done it. Properly at all. Like one cry, it doesn't fix it. Unfortunately, I wish it did. Trust me, I wish it did. One time going through that shit would be enough, really. They say third time's the charm. For me, it wasn't.
Try the 69th, 100th time.
But it happens when you're ready for it to happen.
100%.
Please, whatever, just, raise your levels, attract what you want, give out what you want, and stop putting so much emphasis on other people's opinions. And you hear that over and over again. I know you hear it over and over, but unfortunately most of you just don't do that. That's why you're still hearing it.
Yeah. 100%.
You scroll past that video, don't you? Oh, what? No.
I even think as well, when we think we're like, oh yeah, I'm no longer hold people's opinions, even still reiterating and hearing it, because when you wake up every morning, as we say in the Christian thing, you've got to die daily. You've got to kill off that old man daily. Every morning, sometimes he just rises up and you're back into bad habits, or you don't realize that you're back into the old ways of what you've learnt, and you're trying to unlearn it, sort of thing.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. So you have to continuously just go, and it's good to hear it almost daily, to be like, that's right. I've just put all my value again in someone else's opinion of me. When it's hard. I thought I dealt with that yesterday and the day before, but obviously I haven't fully eradicated it, because it's unfortunate with the human thing is that we want to stay connected, but we've believed this lie that we have to fit in and in a sense conform to what everyone else is doing to belong.
The Matrix.
Yeah. I mean, really, we don't. We just have to be genuinely ourselves. Not genuinely ourselves to the point where we're pushing an agenda to people to obey us. And the way we think is the correct way. It's just like, no, this is how I think right now, and it's not bad and it's not great, but I'm still learning. I'm still going through this journey.
Yeah. Well, I would say this: if you were driving on a track every day for 20 years on a motorbike track, same track every day, you've left an imprint the whole way along. You follow that every day. Now imagine you did that to your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Your thought process on how you do things, how you take things. Now imagine changing that.
Yeah.
And making a new track somewhere else to change it. So every time you get that bad thought in your head, you need to divert it, try and change it to acknowledge it. You can't just piss it. You have to acknowledge that thought existed, but now you've thought of it, you can get rid of it. And so you're slowly trying to change the way your patterns of thinking to go around that. I think I described too that my thought process on how it used to be was like I was a train and it kept going and going over and over and over and over. My head drove me insane, man, the thoughts. I could not get them to stop.
Yeah.
But I started learning to slow that down.
Yeah.
And then learning that I can slow it down, acknowledge the thought that's coming into it, and then I can actually stop off and get off it.
Yes.
Or think of it as you're stopping that thought's at that station and you keep going.
Yeah.
That's how I thought of it in my own head of what I was doing. Now I do have thoughts, but it's okay. I can't stop all thoughts. Right? So I do have negative thoughts. I do have things that are bothering me and upsetting me, still giving me a little bit of grief, but slowly less and less, and tomorrow will be a new thing. Oh, they didn't put salad on my burger. That's sad. Do you know what I mean? Little things are going to annoy you. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's just looking at everything at a bigger picture and focusing on more on what you do have and what you don't have. Yeah. And you could definitely, and this is something I do, so again, I'm not going to say what I don't do, is practice gratitude. And by doing so is telling yourself or thanking something, thanking God, thanking spirits, thanking yourself.
No, you don't have to thank. It's just in a sense being grateful
for what you have.
Yeah, I'm grateful that my hands are still in working order.
Yeah.
It's not so much that you're thanking someone to a degree.
Yeah, just being thankful.
Just that I do have this. I'm not neglecting it. Yeah, if
you can practice gratitude every day, again, like I can feel the negativity coming from it all, from people that are just going to be like, nah, that's silly. Do what you want now. Don't do it. But for myself, I found it very uplifting. What it has done for me is made me feel a lot better about what's in my life right now, what I do have in my life, besides the fact of my own empowerment, my own love for myself. I'm blessed with these things to have. My job doesn't pay $5 million a week, but I'm blessed to have it. I get to work with people and help people, and I do like helping people, hence the TikToks, but I want more and more. The more people I can reach, the more ears that I can contact, the more souls that I can help there, and whatever way, shape or form, that's what great. But you might be eating 2-minute noodles for dinner tonight, and somebody else might be eating a steak. Yeah, you got 2-minute noodles. But
2-minute noodles is better than steak anyway. What are you saying?
And migraines are cheaper, and they taste amazing. Look at the positives. Migraines are mad, and if you can get a chicken, put a chicken in there. But just, I do say gratitude every day. Now, I didn't, but I do now. For every little thing, not every little thing, but what's in my mind, give it a few minutes of my time. And you can't be bothered about it. My goal is to be able to, when I get up earlier in the mornings, to be able to go somewhere and do that, or have a space where I can do that in the morning set up for me, where I can sort of rise and shine and feel that inner peace in the morning.
Exactly, that peace,
and the earthing, connecting to what surrounds us. So I feel like that is what makes you feel lighter and freer, and you probably start your day off a bit better. And I know some people work to 3 o'clock in the morning. They're not getting up at 6 o'clock and seeing the sunset. That's not what I'm saying.
Sunrise, yeah.
You can get the sunrise. You can do whatever you want
Yeah.
Like, in whatever way suits you, you do it that suits you. It could be at 12 o'clock at night that you do take that moment. But it's hard because you get wrapped up into a schedule, into everything that's continually going around, and you say, well, Mr. Idiot on the other side of the camera, when am I going to find time for that? Between my 6 kids, me 2 jobs, the housework, cooking dinner, my lazy partner won't help me with nothing. I get it.
My ex is nagging me about custody with the kids.
Yeah, look, I get it. That's fine. I'm not saying that everybody's got time for that. But I do definitely recommend, if you don't, please, somehow, somewhere in there, you need to find some time for yourself. And it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be meditation. Go in the bathroom, lock the door.
100%. Or even in the shower.
Yeah, and put a... And I know what kids are like. They're going to knock. I get it. So you might not be able to do this every night.
Yeah.
You might get a babysitter or something. But time for yourself is needed for you to be the best version of yourself, to give the best version of yourself to other people.
100%.
If you don't have any time for yourself, it's suffocating you. And I know you can feel it. I know it's suffocating you, and you feel like you're trapped and you can't get out of that mindset. And again, you're probably going to direct some of the anger towards me about this, because again, I don't have the time for that. I'm sorry. Try your best to get out. If you're not trapped, you're not in a prison, it is mental, and you will be able to push through it. And I do believe that you can push through it and be that person at some point when you're ready to reach that point. I really do believe that you do. There are people out, and also too, I'd like to point out in that case too, you can sort of break down your day, and you know what things are more important than others.
Yep. Prioritizing,
you don't have to do everything in one day. It's going to cause anxiety, stress, makes you feel like a failure when you don't get everything done, which is negative thoughts, negative processes. So amen. Preach it. Being hard on yourself, man.
Give yourself some compassion.
If you're a parent and you've got all that stuff and you are a single parent, I'm proud of you for what you do. You're a machine.
Surviving this long, good job. You know what I'm saying?
You're a machine. You raise little kids. You're there, you're the support. And you're doing the best job that you can. And everybody does it in different forms. I'd like to point this out. Everybody does do it in different forms. Some people have more money to provide for their kids. Some people have more time to give to their kids. Everybody does it differently, but they do the best that they can in their capacity. Their capacity. So you can't compare yourself to somebody else's capacity, because it's completely different to yours. Especially somebody that is a single parent. Again, I don't have my daughter full time. I see my daughter on the holidays. I drop the ball. I do. I have. In the past, I have focused too much on relationships or too much onto something else, and I haven't FaceTimed her as much as that I should. For sure. And to the point that her mother pulled me up on it.
Well,
do you know what I mean? And I don't realise I'm so caught up and sucked in. It's not okay. She deserves better than that. I'm aware of that. And when I copped it from the mother, I took it. And I'm on the side of the road. I'm pretty much tearing up on the side of the road thinking, Jesus Christ, this woman's white. Most of the time I want to just go over it. You lied. But I copped it. What am I going to do? What can I do now? Make more effort. Make more time, make more phone calls.
Oh dear.
So one of the cameras turned off. So to me, that's a sign that whatever topic I was going down, I'm going to steer off. But the point is that whatever you're doing, you're going to make mistakes. And you can move from it, you can learn from it, you can change from it. And like for people that are the opposite end, you got mothers whinging about fathers, and fathers.
Just keep talking. That's my camera anyway, not yours. Yours is still going.
Fathers whinging about mothers, and other people with their third party interference. You got. Let's talk about third party interference for a second here. I could go more in depth on every other topic, but like I said, the camera turning off on full battery means
it's probably overheating. That's probably what it is. On that camera. Your camera's still going.
How you doing?
They just won't see my ugly face.
Squashing. There's third party interference. Sometimes advice is great from other people. Outside advice is great, especially if you ask for it. But it's definitely good to see the advice that you get given from certain people, and you can feel these people, but you listen to what they say anyway, and you take on board.
Yeah.
And then you get twisted versions of the truth. You get manipulative situations or thoughts put into your head because of it.
Yeah.
Definitely seek advice from people that you can actually really trust. You'll know who they are. You'll feel it.
Yeah. 100%.
Don't let other people influence your life so much. You know, you can do what you want to do. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes you need advice from good friends. People you can trust, but that's what I'm saying. Not people you can't trust. Because sometimes they have to pull you up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, just like I had to be pulled up on, you know, losing sight of myself and not paying enough attention to my daughter. It crippled me when I hated that I did that. But I needed that, and I knew she was right. I knew whatever was getting said to me wasn't a big thing. It wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't malicious.
No, she was not trying to scar me. I said, I get it. Yeah, but you say you get it, but you're not fucking understanding it, are you?
Yeah.
You're not listening.
There's no action behind it showing me that you understand it.
Yeah, but when I couldn't talk anymore and I'm getting teared up, I'm like, look at me. I'm telling you, I get it. And then I couldn't talk no more. I can't talk no more. That's it. Like, you've hit me. You've got through to me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and the shit thing is, I do work late sometimes, so I do have a lot of things on that day, but I still got to try, and even if it's like I'm at work, I make a phone call. What are you going to get off the phone, Dad? I'm at work. Probably shouldn't even be doing this right now, but I just want to make sure that you know that I'm trying to call you today. Yeah. You know, and so there are people like that have good intentions, like her intentions for her daughter. All right? Some people have good intentions for you. Some people don't definitely recognise the difference. Because what that does is that slows you down in the progress in where you want to go, what you want to do. Causes problems with real people that are genuine and are good in your life. Now, if you're a toxic person and you're a manipulative person, or you're...
That was me.
Controlling.
Looking at my camera. That was me, 100%.
If you are like that, like, you're going to cause disruption in people's lives.
Yeah.
Again, hurt people. I'm not just talking about relationships. Negative feeds off negative. You imagine two people fueling each other with the same stuff.
Not just intimate relationships, like it's affecting all.
Family and
all
friends.
Relationships.
Yeah, all relationship. Maybe not with your dog. Like, if you have pets, you can be good with pets. Like, you can take the advice.
Yeah. Just chill.
They're genuinely hearted people. Animals. You get where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Off topic, recliners in this room. Recliner chairs. I would love some recliner chairs in this room.
Right.
Back pain, you know. All that overthinking I do. It's just, all I'm saying is, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've listened to people where I shouldn't have listened to them.
Yeah.
I've taken advice I shouldn't have taken. I've ignored advice that I should have taken. To my friend, sorry about that again. Just you get a feeling. It's intuition. You all know about this thing. Use it. And focus less up here with your intuition. By the way, it's not your thought process. Don't say that this person's telling the truth and this person. No, you got intuition for a reason. It's built into us for a reason. It's not this myth thing. It's part of our body. When listen to your intuition, because you can feel and you know in times. And sometimes you might be in an awkward situation and you can't react on it. I get that. But outside of that, once you're outside that situation, stay away from it. Because I probably would have got steering away from a lot of crap if I just used my intuition.
100%.
There's a lot more that I want to go in on the steps of the healing process, the suffering that's into it, the epiphanies, the processes. But it's a lot. And the way that I would categorize it is if you're reading an index, like, you know, there's chapter 1. Nowhere else to go but heal. Well, you know, and then you just like, shit, I don't want to.
It's funny, yeah. It definitely is a book because, and there's so many books like what do you call it? I actually have How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LaPera, and she does go through pretty much step by step, and it's a thick book. So
yeah,
next episode,
more
you can come back,
and you can get some of the first chapter of my experience.
Yeah,
but
step by step.
I'd like to point out that I do get a lot of people that do read books. You don't take knowledge that way. Action is shown. Sometimes you'd be watching a video. Anyway, not saying this video. Would be happy if it was. But to be fair, one thing that I said was helpful in this situation, besides me rambling on with shit that I do sometimes, I'm happy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that I can hope to. Not all I can hope, but I'm gratitude for that. I'm thankful for that. And if it's one person, that I'm happy with that. But people absorb knowledge in different ways. People do it by learning themselves. People learn by watching. People learn by reading, by looking at TV, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever way you learn, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If I could be... the best way that I think that I would be able to get into a situation to help people, it doesn't have to be so much as one-on-one, but in a situation where I can hear what's going on, I can feel what's going on, I can relate to what's going on and make sense of it, to sort of say, well, no, that's good that you feel that way, actually. Don't feel bad that you feel that way, because right now that's how you got to be. And then maybe that'd be some reassurance. Somehow when I was going through it, I knew a lot of things was how I was meant to do it. Just like I was talking before about the second wave of emotions hit me. Like, I feel like the first wave was like a lot of emotions hit me for days, but then the second wave, I knew it was like this last one. I went through it. I posted a TikTok afterwards about it, looking like depressed. But why are people going to give a shit what I got to say if they think that I'm just some person that doesn't go through it, that doesn't feel? I feel.
Yeah.
Freaking hurt. I go through pain just like everybody else. I bleed most of the time, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how can you expect people to trust your judgment if you haven't gone through it?
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the best people that provide rehabilitation for people are people that have gone through the stuff themselves.
Yeah.
Whether that's a therapist, drug rehabilitation, like, that's not my area. Drug rehabilitation is not my area. There's people that are trained for that are good at that. And then but a lot of the best people in that area are people that have gone through it themselves. Yeah. They've suffered. They've dealt with those specific things. And that's just how it is. I get that. Like, I'm not trying to fix things or help look in things I don't understand. You're not trying to overstep what you don't know. No, not at all. And if you don't want to take what I got to say and give it thought, that's fine. I'm not projecting. I'm here to help as best that I can help. That is what I'm here for. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what my goal is. So whoever doesn't think, like, whoever's disagreeing with that, I don't really give a shit. Because I'm gonna... No, the ring light just died. I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm not gonna slow down. I'm not gonna stop. Doesn't mean I'm gonna have to post content every day. That's not my point. But I'm gonna move forward. My objectives of to help reach people, to get through to people, have one-on-one conversations with people, understand where people are coming from. I'm excited to hear those stories. I'm excited to hear where you've been, what you've gone through, where you are now. That's amazing. It's all amazing. And like, that's look, like I said, if I could envision anything, it'd be standing in a crowd and talking to people. And like I say this to people, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I'm going to be nervous. Hell yeah, I'll probably pee a little bit, but that's all right. I'll wear a diaper, you won't even know. Like, my feet will be shaking, but it's okay. It might be less awkward, to be honest, talking to a camera, like, maybe not this, but my phone camera. Ooh, that's a... When I started doing that, being awkward.
But then after a while you get used to it. You watch yourself in the video, but and you're like, I can't listen to myself. But I must admit, sometimes when I'm down,
I have watched my own videos to motivate myself.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so just so you know, I listen to my own advice because I know that sometimes I need to remember certain things.
And it works.
I don't remember everything I exactly said at that moment in those videos.
Yeah.
And I don't make videos pre-scheduled. Like, I don't think this is what I'm going to do later. I'm going to...
Yeah.
I get moments of these things, and when I'm going through it, I want to express my raw, who I am.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this. I want to express who I am, authentically who I am.
In the moment,
Yeah, that's why I will not hide anything. I like I've said a million times, I've said wrong things, I've done wrong things, I've treated people the wrong way, I've made mistakes. I'm not going to hide that. And I will share every story, every step process of that, and where I was. After the breakup, the 7-year relationship went bad. It took me like a year to even bother walking properly again. That shit crippled.
It cripples you.
Yeah, so look, but again, I had a lot of fault in that relationship. I did. And not justifying them at all. Everybody has their own faults, but you know what? That's their job to fix on it now, and mine to fix on my faults. But I want to progressively grow as a person, and I want to continue to be able to express what these moments are, what these raw feelings are, how I processed them, how I got through it, how I stayed in, how I regained touch back to myself in a way that's like do you know how good it is just to smile and be happy? Like I took a client for a drive today, and we went to like Bundina, and you drive through all the trees and stuff, and I'm paying attention to the road, I swear. But it's a nice area. Too many times I drive through there and I don't pay attention to shit.
Yeah.
And then, so once you start practicing gratitude, you start to pay more attention. You can call me a hippie if you want, or a tree. I'll go, I'll hug a tree, I don't care. I commented on some chick's video about that the other day, actually. She's saying sometimes you got to hug a tree. And
what is that? Oh, right.
I said, why not watch his photo? All I can think of is that a spider crawling over your head. Scared the shit out of me. She goes, oh, they're more scared of
us than
them.
Yeah.
I said, if that's true, then they'd be very scared. They'd be shaking, bro. I'm out. I'll leg it.
All right, so thank you so much for coming on and taking your time out of your day to come and chat with me and express half of what you really want to express, because there obviously is a whole lot more, which hopefully we can do a future episode. But if you could choose out of 3 different superhuman powers, what would they be? Just 3.
Just 3. Well, flying for sure.
100%. Hey, why?
Freedom.
In what sense?
To not feel trapped in one spot. I don't think stagnant and time anywhere is a good thing. That. Healing.
Yeah. As in like Wolverine's.
No, as somebody else, like to do it for somebody else.
Oh, right. A healer.
And then obviously I don't, that. Definitely shoot something out of my eyes for sure. Yeah, that'd be sick. That's my thing, that's my choice.
Why shoot something out of your eyes?
Be cool. I got a big heart and I want to help people, but I still want to do some cool shit.
Yeah. I can see that little nagging thing in your brain. I can just pierce straight through it.
Yeah. Heat up popcorn.
Heat up popcorn. Oh, that's funny. All right. We're going to play a 5-second game.
A 5-second game?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you questions. And this is just the 5-second game rule. You guys will probably know it. Yeah, it's like a 5-second thing. Yeah, it's 5 seconds to answer each question as I go, okay?
Yep.
So, name 3 places you never want to visit.
Tokyo. I don't know, man. Bottom of the ocean?
Why Tokyo?
I don't know, man. I want to go there.
No, I'm the same. You want to go there?
Yeah, I think that's why I said it first.
No, the question was that you never want to
I know,
visit.
but I think it was the first thing to come to my head because it's one of the first places I thought about.
Okay, let's do another question.
Oh, why is there so much pressure? I don't know.
Name 3 things you can buy in a cafe.
Bacon, egg, burger, coffee, and muffin.
Excellent. Very good.
Woo! Nailed it.
Name 3 things you can find in a shed.
I don't know. Spanner, screwdriver, and a shifter. Fuck, I don't know.
A shovel?
They're two. I tried to, but all I could think was garage. I could picture a shovel in my head, but I wanted to say garage.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Name 3 vegetables beginning with the letter S. Spinach?
Spinach. That's all you've got too, isn't it? I don't even eat spinach.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Although people, especially higher people, would definitely like me to eat more vegetables.
I was going to say asparagus, but that starts with A.
Yeah, unless you call it asparagus.
Asparagus.
Change its name.
Most people do, right?
You. Maybe. I don't know.
Name 3 types of milk.
Chocolate, strawberry, normal milk.
Not vanilla?
No, well, is it vanilla?
No.
I don't want vanilla.
No, you could have said oat milk, almond milk, full cream milk, low fat milk.
I've got to get more in touch with my AB side for that.
Yeah. All right. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Name 3 scary insects.
Spider, wasp, bull ant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those things hurt, man. Have you been bitten between the toes by an ant? Seriously.
One more.
I will cry. I tell people I'm allergic to bees, by the way. I'm not, but I'm really scared of them.
A bee.
I got a story of a nunnery about that.
I want to hear it now.
I was scaffolding many moons ago, back in the day when times were hard, and I was scaffolding in a nunnery, and there's this big tree in the way, like this plant pot tree in the way, and I had to move it out of the way, and I didn't want to do it because there was bees everywhere all over it.
Yeah.
And then this groundskeeper walked past, and like, let's talk about his nunnery for a second. You're not allowed to play music there while you're there. You're not allowed to do any of that. Like,
yeah, okay.
And anyway, this groundskeeper walks past. Says, "Oh, mate, do you need me to move that for you?" And at the top of my lungs, without even thinking, I just yelled, "Hell yeah!" At a nunnery. And everybody's faces just looked at me, and it just come out, and there's just so many nuns inside, and I felt so rare. But anyway, I just tried to act like it didn't happen, even though the people I worked with are looking at me like breaking their necks and be like, mate. He come over and he's like, yeah, I'll do it for you. And I'm like, yeah, mad, like, because there's bees on there and I'm highly allergic to bees. So not only did I just say that, I lied at a nunnery too.
Yeah, you did.
Which just hit me, actually, like shit. But yeah, I'm one of those people that say things at the wrong time sometimes. Oh. And again, that's a good lesson there. Yeah. Try not to beat myself up too much about it. Some of the best times of my life happen when dumb shit gets said.
100%. All right, now this is just a question. What are 3 things you do for self-care?
Meditate.
Yeah.
Practice gratitude. I know these are things I've already said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Positive affirmations.
Yeah.
To have a little bit of time in the mornings to myself with a little bit of sun. Just, it doesn't, even if it's 15 minutes. Like, I know it's not good. I go out there and have a smoke. It's probably not the healthiest positive thing, but I get outside.
Yep.
And or the sun might just be hitting my feet or something like that. Just before I shower, before I do anything, I like just having that bit of time, and I'll fool around on my phone, watch videos that mean absolutely nothing to me. They're things. As in, after that, I could name 3 things that I would like to do. Things that would make me feel better. One is to be able to have that self-help place, wherever it may be, to go to. I feel like I've been working a lot on my spiritual side of things and on myself internally, and I've let my eating habits and other habits drop. So when I'm saying, don't be hard on yourself, you're dealing with one thing at a time, don't beat yourself up. I know, because I try not to beat myself up. I've been eating a lot of takeaway. I've smoking cigarettes again. So I would like to be able to get a bit healthy with the eating. And I do have lack mentality with when it becomes to food. I do. Sometimes I will have motivation to cook and have something healthy. But other times I have a lack. And like when I was in a family and I did have my daughter around, I could cook easily every night because it's for somebody else. Again,
there's another lesson there.
Another lesson. So I still want to improve. I still want to grow. If I could rip my heart into 1,000 pieces and help people, I would. But at the same time, that's a problem. Because again, you can't help people when you're not helping yourself.
100%. Amen. And thank you so much for choosing this path, because it's helps, and as you'll know, coming onto this journey, it helps people like us knowing that we don't have to fret or worry or be anxious so much that another person is still suffering so much. They're now coming out of that. So we're grateful when people start, in a sense, waking up, like you say, in the Matrix. They start waking up and realizing, hang on, I'm responsible and I'm the one that's causing my suffering, so now I can change it. I can change my story. And it's just so relieving. It's relieving when we see people come on that journey.
What I would call it is jumping timelines.
Okay.
Yep. Explain. So the timeline that I was currently in, on a different level where I was, it was a lower vibration level where I was heading, what I was doing, how I was feeling. Now I'm on a different time level. Time frame. I've jumped. And now I've changed my path, where I'm going, what I'm doing. Does that make sense? My path has completely changed.
Thank you. Thank you for changing your path.
It's all right. You're welcome. Every week I'll change it.
And these people will eventually be thanking you as well, because hey, the things that they learn from this and take from this is what's really the point of this. Right. And
to have one thing that triggers. If one thing triggers, it could trigger something.
Even if this is just the seed planted in their head that hopefully does trigger them.
Hell yeah.
To continue on with it. But anyway, thank you so much.
No worries.
Any last thoughts you want to say or put out there?
Don't waste your time not being happy. Do your best to just be more positive, and see the positive side of things. I know it's harder than it sounds, but you can only give it a try. What do you got to lose?
Amen. And with that, mic drop.
Peace out.
Turn them off first.